All right, so today, right, we have two types of events. We have the mutually exclusive events and the independent. Now, if you are a person who likes to take notes, take note of these, all right? These are two new names that we're going to find around all of our probability problems, right? This has a lot to do with probability. All right, so let's see what are mutually exclusive events. Exclusive. From this word, exclusive events, these are events that cannot happen at the same time. They are exclusive. If one event happens, then the other event cannot happen. All right. Here is an example. All right. Let me write that down. Mutually exclusive events. Two or more events that cannot happen at the same time. Happen at the same time. All right. Two or more events that cannot happen at the same time. Here is an example. One event. Event 1. Event 1. And event 2. Event 1. Today, it is exactly, the time is 3 o'clock. 3 p.m. All right? Event 2. It is 12 p.m. Those are two events that cannot happen at the same time. If it is 3 p.m., well, it is 3 p.m. and not other time at the day. The time of the day cannot be two times at the same time. At least in one country, right? At least in one state, in one city, right? It depends on, yeah, you get it. Another example, how about this? How about this? You take, how about this? You guys study, but you guys took math studies. That is one event. You guys took math studies. Another possible event that is exclusive to this one, which means cannot happen at the same time, is that you guys take, maybe you guys took math standard level. Right? These two are mutually exclusive. If one event happens, then the other event cannot happen. All right? Beautiful. That is the idea between mathematical exclusive events. Now, there are some events that are not exclusive. Here's an example. Maybe when you go to a restaurant or even at home, maybe you are given two options, right? One option, one event would be, do you want to eat ajiaco today? That's one event. You eat ajiaco today. And another event could be, I don't know, do you want to take aguacate today? Do you want to take avocado? That's another event. Those two events can happen. They could happen at the same time for some of us. Man, I like my ajiaco with some avocado, right? So it could happen. Those are two events that could happen at the same time. Those two events are not mutually exclusive. They could happen at the same time. All right? For example, taking it back to IB, to the IB program. Some of you may have taken math studies. All of you may have taken math studies. But then some of you may have taken biology. Right? Those two events are not mutually exclusive because they could happen at the same time. How about this? Because of our school, some of you may have taken history as the IB program that is superior, right? That is the higher level. But then, if you took history, you could not have taken what's the other subject? Arts, right? Arts. Those two are events that are mutually exclusive. They cannot happen at the same time. So a lot of this mutually exclusivity have to do with the environment, with the context of where you're taking those events. If I ask another school, then maybe some student may have taken arts and history as well. In that school, in that context, those two events maybe are not exclusive. But in our event, in our context, those two are exclusive. All right. Right, guys, in the chat, please let me know if you kind of got the idea between or I'm sorry, behind exclusivity of events. Say yes or say no. Beautiful. All right, guys, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, all of you who are answering. Thank you. Isa Oliero, don't worry, my friend. I'm here for you, right? Isa, can you open the mic, please? Tell me, what is it that you didn't get? Where did you get lost? Isa.
Hi. Okay. Well, I don't understand. you can you listen to me, teacher? Okay. I don't understand like how does one event affect the other? Like I didn't understood that.
All right. Beautiful. All right. There cannot be enough. How can I put it? If an event affects another one, then those two events are independent. This is something that we have not seen yet. So when we talk about exclusivity, there isn't really an effect of one event into another one. Why is that? Because the idea behind exclusivity, for example, let's take let's take an example that might resonate a little bit better with you. I'm sure I'm sure you had at any point in your life a boyfriend. Yes or no?
Yes.
Beautiful, right? I mean, we all had, right? So I am sure at the moment you guys decided to have that relationship, there was some sort of exclusivity going on. You were only going to go or be with that person, and that person was only going to be with you. That exclusivity makes it so that you couldn't be with somebody else. That is the idea between events that are exclusive. If one event happens, the other event cannot happen at the same time. Here's an example.
Oh, okay, okay. It's like
it?
two events that cannot happen at the same time.
Exactly. Cannot happen at the same time. Exactly. Here's an example. How about this? It is daylight. Today it is daylight. Right now it is daylight. That is one event. An event is something that happens, right? So right now it is daylight. What could be an event that is exclusive to that one? So something that cannot happen if it is daylight. You.
Well, you cannot see the stars.
All right, that would be one thing, right? Today is daylight, and you can't see the stars. So those two are mutually exclusive. If one happens, the other cannot. If you are looking at the stars, then that means it's probably night, right? Unless something weird is going on with the universe, right? And if it is daylight, then I'm sure you cannot look at a single star because of the sunlight. It is too bright. Yes. Isa, pretty good. Those are mutually exclusive events. All right, I think we got the idea behind mutually exclusive events. But This is the idea. This is the notion. This is the easiest way to understand mutually exclusive events. But in terms of mathematics, how do we find if two events are mutually exclusive or not? Here is how.
Wait. Continue.
Here's how. If we happen to have a Venn diagram with one event and another event, remember, in probability, we see Venn diagrams and the sets as events, right? So here we have one set, and here we have another set. And as you can see, simply because of the drawing that I did, we see there is something happening in here, right? Something going on in here. What is that something? Let's see if somebody gets it in the chat, please. What can you say about this Venn diagram? Don't say, teacher, it is wrong. You did it wrong. No. It is a perfectly good drawn Venn diagram.
Has no intersection or
They are mutually
union.
exclusive.
All right, you two guys are correct. This one, in the Venn diagram, you can see this set is a little bit further away than this one, which means there is no sector or section for the intersection. These two events are not intersecting.
Would I have a question?
Yes.
Well, I had. See, can I say it in Spanish, please?
Try it in English. Just give it a try.
Okay. What I mean is like when you said that one thing cannot happen when the other thing is present. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a mutual
Yes.
exclusive. Maybe if I think, I don't know, I just supposing. Yeah? Maybe, how to say it? That thing that is happening
Okay.
is. Es que no sé cómo decirlo.
All right, say it in Spanish then.
Mira, yo estoy diciendo algo, ¿sí? Un set B está pasando algo.
Okay.
Entonces, eso se podría transcribir a que es lo que está pasando es todo aquello.
María
¿Cómo te
Paz?
explico? Profe, espérate.
All right. I'll tell you what, Maria Paz, I'll tell you what. Look, why don't you give it a little moment, right? A couple of minutes. Try to organize your ideas, all right? And then you come back and ask me the question. I'm here for you, all right? So we can take as long as we could to answer your question, but then we won't have enough time to do the exercise. So take a little bit of time, so 1, 2, maybe 5 minutes, right? Organize your ideas, and then you come up with the question. How about that?
Gus, could you see the chat? I've please?
Chat. Sure. Fabian says, because there is just one probability, no? I don't know what you're saying, Fabian. Sorry. Gabby says, they are mutually exclusive. These events. Okay. So mutually exclusive probability will be, yes, Gabby, you are correct. And Maria Paz says, okay. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yes, Gabby is correct, but I need to expand on that a little bit more. All right. So this, in my Venn diagram, there is no intersection. So you could say something like this. You could say that the intersection between A and B is empty. That is something you could say, right? Because here, look, there is no intersection. All right. But what happens if the intersection is empty? We can try to find the probability of a set, any set. The intersection being one set. So what happens to the probability of a set that is empty? Well, that probability is impossible then. 0. That cannot happen. If I ask you this right now, for example, if I took a student out of all the students in our school, if I took one at random, I'm going to have all these students and I'm going to pick, hey, you, just like that. Hey, you, brother, come over here. If I pick one student, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the probability of that student studying mathematical studies and also studying mathematics standard level. So studies and standard. What is the probability of that happening? Right, that probability is 0, right? Pretty good, Cesar. That probability is 0. Why? Because nobody in our school can take both mathematical studies and mathematics standard level, right? So the intersection is empty. There is no one there. If I put all the students of mathematical students here and all the students of mathematical standard level here, there cannot be an intersection. Nobody takes both. Nobody takes both. So that probability is 0. Huh? Beautiful. This is what that means in mathematics. Two mutually exclusive events are exclusive. Two events are exclusive if the intersection between those events is empty. If the intersection of those two events is empty. Or, in other words, if the probability of the intersection of those two events is 0, is impossible. If that happens, then those events are exclusive. Now, if you find it easier to just recognize two events by analyzing if they could happen at the same time or not, go ahead and do so. That is why I explained it at the beginning. Right? In a minute, we're gonna do some examples, some exercises where we have to decide if some events are or not exclusive. All right? Beautiful.
Profe,
Now, yes.
entonces when there's a mutually exclusive event, there's no probability.
No.
Right.
Ok, pasa un momentico al español. Ojo, recuerden lo siguiente. Decir que no hay probabilidad es diferente a decir que es 0. ¿Listo? El 0 es un número, entonces no van a decir que no hay. No. Si hay probabilidad, 0. Que no haya probabilidad significa que esa vaina no la podemos hacer, que no sabemos la respuesta. Eso es un error. Sí sabemos la respuesta. 0. ¿Listo? Pero entendiste la idea, Fabián.
Sí, señor, gracias.
All right. A bit of water so I can continue. All right. That is mutually exclusive for you guys. Let's continue with what are events that are independent. All right. What are two events that are independent? Okay. All right. Let's begin by understanding the word independent. All right. What is that thing? All right. Let me ask you something. Do you guys think that you are independent or not? Write it in the chat, please. Did you guys think you are independent? Say yes or say no. All right, we have a lot of people saying no. All right, no. Okay, no. Gaby said that they relate between each other. Thank you, Gaby. No. All right, beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Well, yes, that is the idea of independence, right? You are independent if you do not depend on someone, right? You are dependent. You are dependent on someone if that someone takes care of you. I could say that I am sort of independent. Sort of. We can get into the I don't know, analysis and philosophy of that, but we'll do it later. We'll do it in another day, maybe, to see if we all are independent or not, but whatever. So I could say I am independent because nobody is, I am not dependent on someone. Nobody is taking care of me, right? That is the idea behind events that are independent. If one event depends on the other one to be able to happen, then those events are dependent. One depends on the other. But if they don't depend, well, they are independent. Okay? So that Gaby says something in the chat. Gaby says, so that they do not relate, something like that. They do not relate, something like that. In mathematics, we'll see it in a minute. But the idea behind that is what I just said. The idea behind that is that two events are independent if one event, if one event does not affect another, right? If one effect does not affect another event, then those two are independent. Those two are independent. If one does not affect the other one, they are independent. Beautiful. Examples of independent events. Example of independent events. All right, let me think of one. How about this? Today, I wore jeans. That is one event. Event 1. And event 2. Today I decided that I wanted to wear jeans. I wear I imagine jeans. By the way, guys, if you see a mistake in my English, go ahead and let me know, right? Thank you. They wear jeans. Wore, maybe wore. I wore jeans? I don't know. All right. That is one event. I decided to put on a cup, to put on jeans. Those are my pants today. I'm looking at them right now. I have jeans. All right. A second event. Here goes the second event. You guys ready? Here goes the second event. I have a cat. All right, we have two events. One is I decided to wear jeans, and the second one is I have a cat. Both events are true. It doesn't matter if they're true or not, but both events are independent from each other. Why? Because not because I have a cat, I wear jeans. Having a cat that did not make me wear jeans. Having a cat is not the reason why I decided to wear jeans today. And also, because I wear jeans, it doesn't make it, just because I wear jeans, it doesn't make it so that now all of a sudden I have a cat. You see? One event is not the reason, does not affect the other. One of these events is not dependent on the other one from happening. That is independence in events. All right, that is independence in events. All right. How about this? Can you say if these events are independent or not? Are these dependent or independent? Look at this. All right, here we go. How about this? Took math studies. That's one event. One of you may have taken math studies, all of you, right? And then the second event is, look at this. You got 20 marks in your internal assessment project of math studies. All right, we have two events. One is you take math studies. The other one is you get 20 marks in your internal assessment project of math studies. Can you say these two events are dependent or independent? In the chat, please. Let's see what you guys think. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you feel like they are dependent, write dependent. If you feel like they are independent, write independent. Just, I'll say the answer at the end, so it doesn't matter, right? Let's see the answers now. All right, we have 10 people, and all of you are saying these two events are independent. Beautiful. All right. Now let's see the answer. Are they dependent or are they independent? To see the answer, to see if they are or not, think about this. Think of, do I need one event? Do I need one event to have the other one? For example, do I have to take math? Do I have to take math studies to get 20 marks in my internal assessment? Think about that for a second. Because if I do need to take math studies, if it happens that I do need to take math studies in order for me to get a 20 in my internal assessment project, then this event 2, is dependent from the first. If I need one event to get the other one, then that event is dependent from the other one. All right? Beautiful. Now, if I do something like this, if I erase this, math studies. So, like this. First event, took math studies. Second event, got 20 marks in your internal assessment project. Then, if I do that, then you don't need math studies. You do not need to have taken math studies to get 20 marks because you can take these 20 marks in any other internal assessment project that you have. I don't know, maybe standard level, or even from other subject, biology, chemistry, whatever. As long as you get 20 marks in the internal assessment project, then you can have both events and those are not dependent. But in this case, I said internal assessment project of math studies. Paso un momentico al español. Mis niños, ¿pueden ustedes presentar una interna de matemática, de estudios matemáticos, sin tomar la materia de estudios matemáticos? Pues no, ¿verdad? Tienen que tomar estudios matemáticos para poder siquiera presentar la interna. Necesito el primer evento para que el segundo pase. Luego entonces, el segundo evento depende del primero. El segundo evento, el segundo, depende del primero. En este caso, los eventos son dependientes. All right. All right. Now, those were the notions and the example, but how do you find these, or how do you, what does this mean in mathematics? In terms of mathematics, this is easy. One event does not depend on the other one, right? So there is not a condition from one to happen to the other one. Meaning, if you had the probability of one event given that the other one happens, this is the way you write conditions, remember? This probability is simply because one event does not depend on the other one, this means that the probability is the same as the first set alone. That is a mistake. Give me a second. No, that's correct. Yes, that is correct. Yes, that is correct. If this happens, then the two events are independent. Again, These, we saw the last class, this is conditional probability, right? This is how you write it. This is given that, right? That line means given that. And everything after the given that is the condition. So here we have the probability of one event happening given that another event happened. This is the condition for the first event to happen. But these two events, if they are independent, they do not depend on each other. So this condition doesn't matter. Having this condition is the same as not having the condition because they don't affect each other. So the probability of the condition is the same as the probability without the condition, just like that. If this happens, then the two events are independent. Now, there is something more we can say about this. There is something more. I like it like that. If you stop there, then that's good mathematics. But you could also say something like this. The probability, I'll show you why in a second if you want to, of having an intersection is the same as the probability of one set times the probability of the other set. If that happens, if in mathematics that happens, then we say that the two events A and B are independent. All right. Let's see the chat. Let's see the chat first. What's going on? Man, I can't open the chat now. Can you guys give me a second, please? I don't know what's going on. I can't open the chat now. All right, I have no idea what's going on, guys. Give me a second, please. Man, some clicks are not working now. What the hell now?
Niños, ¿alguien sabe qué pasó con Gustavo? ¿Se salió?
Sí, se
Es
salió.
que
Le
supuestamente
estaba
no le servía el
fallando,
chat,
le estaba
entonces me
fallando
imagino que
algo,
se
sí.
salió para volverlo
Reiniciar.
a recuperar, no sé.
Ya llevamos como 5
Bueno,
minutos. Así.
seguro hacer ejercicios. Niños, ¿quiénes de ustedes entendieron lo de independent? O sea, cómo se hacen los ejercicios del libro. ¿Alguno entendió?
La verdad, yo no entendí eso.
Mapas es que yo sí entendí, o sea, no entendí, pero me puse a hacer ejercicios y pues ya entendí más o menos. Entonces, si quieres, mientras llega Gus, te puedo explicar, o sea, los que quieran escucharte, pero de independent, o sea, ¿sí?
A ver.
Hágalo, hágalo.
¿Sí?
Sí, dale,
Bueno, entonces voy a compartir mi pantalla para meterme a los ejercicios y pues no tengo como en dónde dibujar, pero pues ahí como habladito a ver si se puede. Entonces, espera.
Gracias, Gaby.
Venga, aquí se
Gracias,
cerra.
Gaby.
Pues, ¿se ve el libro?
Sí.
Bueno,
Sí, Gaby.
ok, entonces veamos la primera. Dice los números 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pues se meten en una maleta y pues los revuelven. Entonces nos dicen que el evento A es odd numbers chosen, entonces serían los números 1, 3, 5, 7 y 9. Y el segundo evento sería a square number. Yo busqué qué eran los square numbers y son el 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Entonces, pues son como de memorizarlos. Entonces, pues si les aparece square number, son estos en el quiz. Entonces, pues se los voy a poner en el chat. No creo que aparezcan más de estos. Entonces, son como esos. Entonces, ¿cuáles son los que se están repitiendo? Es que es muy difícil así como sin mostrarles, como que rayarles. A ver, los que se están repitiendo son el 1, sí, son el 1 y el 9, porque o sea, estoy hablando de la intersección, ¿sí? Porque los odd numbers son 1, 3, ¿sí? Entonces, y los squares son 1, 4, eso. Entonces, y como, ay, no sé si me están entendiendo, perdón, niños. El 1 es odd y también es square. El 1 es 9 y, perdón, el 9 es odd y el 9 es square. Entonces, esos dos son los que vamos a tener en la intersección. Si se les hace más fácil, pues hacer el dibujito en su cuaderno. Entonces, pueden hacer el 1 y el 9 están en la intersección del Venn diagram, ¿sí? En el A están el 3, 7 y 5, porque son los odd numbers. En el B está solo el 4, Y afuera de los circulitos está el 2, 6 y 8. Es que no sé, el Mac, ustedes saben si el Mac tiene como para rayar, es que en serio no sé en dónde puedo
Vista
rayar.
previa, vista
Creo que
previa, dale en
Y no
vista
se
previa.
puede también escribir.
Ah, ok, entonces, aquí, acá, sí, ok, listo. Entonces, espérense,
Hola.
voy a rayar aquí. Ay, no. No, ¿qué hago
Ya llegó el brother.
acá? Sí, entonces miren, vamos a tener el pentagrama así. Va a ser chun y chun. Acá va el 1 y el no, y el 9. Ah, marica. 3, 7, 7,
Creo que Gustavo ya
Ya
volvió.
llegó el profe, ya llegó el profe.
Ay, ¿ya llegó?
Sí.
Bueno, no les puedo explicar, lo siento.
Sigue, Gaby. Gaby, sigue tranquila, sigue.
¿En serio?
Sigue, por supuesto
Bueno,
que sí,
está
sigue.
bien. Ay, no, perdón, niños, en serio, sí, lo estoy confundiendo, qué pena. A ver, vista previa. Rayos. Vista previa. Ah, acá. Estas son las respuestas. Acá. Entonces estábamos en estos. Les voy a bajar a donde estábamos en el ejercicio. Entonces va a ser acá. Entonces, vamos a rayar. Entonces estamos diciendo estos números, ¿no es cierto? Tan, acá va a ir el 1 y va a ir el 9. Acá va a ir el 3. Ustedes entienden que eso es un 9, ¿no? El palito, sí. Van a ir 3, 7 y 5. ¿Ok? Y acá va a ir el 4. Va a ir el 4. Y afuera del círculo está el 2, 6 y 8. Entonces
Gaby,
tenemos un
una
número.
pregunta. Gaby, una pregunta.
Dime.
Una pregunta, Gaby. La idea es como que o sea, los dos sets que están dentro del universal son unos que son impares, qué pena.
Ujú.
Y ¿cuál es la otra condición? Espérate.
Es que mira, acá es odd number. Entonces, el A son los odd numbers. El
Y el
5,
B
3,
square
7,
number.
1 y 9. ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Aló.
Gaby, sí. Sí, Gaby. Pero
El
lo que te
4. Dime.
Tú puedes. No, Gaby, sigue, tranquila.
Y el 4, 1 y 9 son los square numbers porque yo ya se los mandé por el chat, o sea, son unos fijos. Entonces, como solo tenemos del 1 al 9, pues solo tenemos 1, 4 y 9 en los square numbers, o sea, en el set B. Nos faltan otros números que nos aparecen aquí, por eso los pongo afuera, porque no son ni odd y no son odd ni son square. Entonces ya completamos todos los números, que serían el 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y 8. Ya tenemos los 9 números, ¿no es cierto? Entonces te dice, ¿son independent o no? Como vimos, era para saber si eran independent o no, tenía que ser P, A, y la U, B, igual a la P del el A por la P del B, que ese es el que nos mostró Gus. Entonces, todavía no más. Entonces, nosotros vamos a decir cuál es la probabilidad de la intersección. Entonces, como sabemos, el total son 9 números. Entonces, acá iría un 9. ¿sí? Y sabemos que hay solo 2 posibles eventos en la intersección, por eso sería 2 sobre 9. Entonces, esa es nuestra probabilidad de la intersección, igual a la probabilidad de A, entonces el total son 9, y ¿cuántos eventos pueden ocurrir acá? 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5, entonces serían 5 eventos, por la probabilidad del B, que sería 9 el total, y la B, vemos que hay 3 posibles eventos, 1, 2, 3. Ahora, vamos a multiplicar, como las bases son iguales, pues va a quedar pues el 9, ¿sí? O sea, así. Entonces, ahora, 2
Así no
sobre
se
9.
multiplica.
¿No? ¿No? Creo que era 5 por 3, así, ¿no era 15? Acá. Entonces, 15 sobre 9, ¿no es así, Gus?
15 sobre 9 por 9.
Bueno, 9
Cuando
por
multiplicas
9.
es numerador por numerador y denominador por denominador.
Ok, entonces sería 15 sobre 81. Como podemos ver, ambos lados del paréntesis son completamente diferentes. Entonces está 2 sobre 9 igual a 15 sobre 81. Entonces, como no son iguales los dos lados del igual, decimos que, que no son independientes. Si nos hubiera dado 2 sobre 9 igual a 2 sobre 9, los eventos son independientes, ¿sí? Pero como no nos dio así, entonces pues no son independientes y pone not independent. Creo que en el segundo ejercicio, en este, creo que sí da 1 sobre 6 sobre 1 sobre 6, algo así. Ya, esa es mi explicación. Qué pena si los confundí.
¿Hace cuánto están haciendo esto? O sea, a mí se me dañó la reunión y ya está. Intenté arreglarlo, reinicié el computador 2 veces. Apenas se me dañó la reunión. ¿Qué hicieron? ¿Esto?
Como, sí, Gaby tuvo la
Gaby
iniciativa. Ujú.
Mis niños, qué bonito. Me llenan de un orgullo, no tienen idea. Yo se los he dicho como 20 veces que ustedes son los mejores estudiantes de que este colegio ha tenido y cada vez que pasan este tipo de cosas es que me recuerdan que sí, que es en serio. No, qué bonito, muchachos. Yo estaba tan angustiado, pensé que, ¿y ahora qué horas vamos a alcanzar a explicar? Tan bonitos, mis niños. No, no, no.
Gracias,
Gaby, muchas
Gaby.
gracias, mi niña. Muchas gracias, Gaby.
Ay, no,
Y a
no,
todos,
qué
¿no? Los
pena.
que
Lo
pusieron
siento.
atención y eso. No, muy bonitos,
Gracias,
¿no?
gracias
Yo
por
que te iba a
prestar
interrumpir. No,
atención.
tú sigue explicando lo que necesites. No, qué bonito, mi niña. Qué bonito, en serio. Ah, qué bonito, Ala. Bueno, muchachos, pues, let's continue from there. Did you guys get the idea from Gaby? Do you need me to explain something more? Or do you want to jump into the exercises and maybe on the exercises you can ask me here and there? How about that? Do you want us to do that?
Gus, tengo una pequeña pregunta nomás.
Yes, Maripaz, say.
Es sobre independiente, ¿sí? Lo que dijo Gaby es como, yo qué sé, si la probabilidad de que la unión entre A y B es igual a la probabilidad de A por la probabilidad de B, son iguales, significa que no son independientes. Es que no sé si, o sea, no sé cómo escribirlo para tenerlo en cuenta.
Look, if you talking about independency, if you scroll up in the book, here's what you're gonna find. Look, this: the probability of the intersection of two events, right, has to be the same of the probability of one times the probability of another one.
¿Y si eso pasa, significa que son independientes?
Yes.
¿Y si no pasa,
But
significa que no son independientes?
if that doesn't happen, then they are not independent. One depend on the other one. Now, you can see it this way, or as I prefer. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Because this means I have to do multiplications. I have to find one probability, then another probability, and then the third probability. And I didn't stop there. I have to multiply these two. So I don't like this. This takes a lot of time. I prefer this one over here. The one that I wrote in the board at the beginning. The probability of one condition is the same as the one without the condition. Look, 1 given that B is the same as just 1, as just A. Right? If this happens, then the events are independent as well. Now, which one do you choose? That is up to you. I prefer to go with this one. Maybe if you guys do exercises, you'll see why this one is a lot easier to do. right? If these two happen, then the events are independent as well. All right? Arepas?
Ok, gracias.
All right, cool. So let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Go ahead and get to work on these exercises. We are doing exercises 8L and 8M. All right. If you happen to have any difficulty with any of these, let me know. I will solve as many as I have to in the board. Just remember, please don't focus your attention all in this, right? Because if you do all of these and maybe you don't have enough time, then you are not gonna do any of these, right? So maybe do one of the 8L, and then one of the 8M, and then come back and do another one. Maybe do the second of 8L, you know, one and one. Maybe that way you get to practice both. And remember at 12:15, you guys need to go do the quiz, all right? These will not appear in the quiz. Don't worry. These will not appear in the quiz, all right?
Independent will not appear?
No, this will not appear in the quiz. Absolutely not. The quiz will just contain probability. Probability means the simplest form of probability, right? And the conditional probability.
So independent or the other one, mutually exclusive. They're not going to appear.
This will not appear on the quiz. Yes, on today's quiz. This will appear in a future quiz, but not today's. And again, Gabi, thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Gabi. You're amazing, Gabi. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Profe, ¿qué fue lo que dijiste del quiz? Qué pena, que me perdí.
I said that the quiz will not have any of these questions from 8L and 8M. So mutually exclusive and independence will not appear in today's quiz.
Ok, o sea, solamente va a aparecer hasta... O sea, pero lo principal de probabilidad, que era lo de 1/6.
Yes. But also this, the given that, the conditional probability, also this will appear.
Okay.
Do you want us to do some exercises of this? If you want to, all you have to do is tell me, teacher, can we do one exercise of this? Can we do the second one? Whatever. And I'll do it in the board. All right, so thank you guys. Let's get working. I'm gonna shut the mic, and as a rule of the school, look, I'm gonna stop recording now.